All right, guys, I just got done seeing The Monkey and The Unbreakable Boy, two very different films. And you know what's so surprising to me right now? If you haven't seen my The Monkey review, please go watch. I don't want to spoil it, but I will spoil the score. That movie is a 1 out of 10. And I just want to point out that I'm looking at the ratings in general for both of these movies. The Monkey was getting solid 7, 6s out of 10s, which was actually pissing me off. It's actually mind blowing how stupid people can be with that. But personally, I think that's just people sucking Stephen King's dick. Anyway, I'm rambling on. The Unbreakable Boy actually got a much lower rating than The Monkey. I'm seeing 3s out of 10s, 4s out of 10s. Guys, it's time to stop hating Zachary Levi. Look, I get it. What he did was very cringe. But is it illegal to be cringe? Yes. But the sentence is light. And while I think the sentence has been paid, Shazam 2 was a terrible movie. I think that in itself is enough payment for Zachary Levi being very cringe. Anyway, guys, this movie is perfectly fine. I think it's getting way too much hate. Literally, the hate just comes from people not liking Zachary Levi. I think that's stupid. If you're into these kinds of movies, these sort of melodramatic, like Wonder, if you watch that one, you'll like this one. That one with Paul Rudd, I forget its name. If you like those kinds of movies, then you'll like this one. Is it incredibly good? I'd say it's pretty good. I'd say this is a pretty good movie. The Unbreakable Boy is basically about this couple that get together and they have 2 kids. One is autistic and also has this brittle bone disease. I forget exactly what it's called, but it's about this kid growing up and about the dad growing up with the kid, what it's like to parent a kid with these sort of disabilities. And overall, I really enjoyed this one. I think that it has really good heart with where it's coming from. I think they did a really good job of portraying it. Granted, I have pretty much no perspective. I'm not a parent. I have no perspective when it comes to this stuff. But I mean, I think they did a pretty good job for what it was. What I was really surprised about is we focused a lot more on the dad than I thought that we were going to. Essentially, 50% of the movie is Austin, the autistic boy. It's about him growing up, how kids treat him around school, how he's always breaking his bones. But I would say there's a lot of focus, again, 50% on Zachary Levi's character, Scott, and about essentially how stressful it is for him. We focus on how he becomes an alcoholic, and everything's based off of a true story, by the way. So that's kind of interesting going into it. I think the only issue that I had with this movie, realistically, is the realism. Well, it's not terrible. The issue that I have is that there is pretty much no evil in the world in this little universe, which I get the idea for, but here, let me explain. The perfect point is we have this moment that I think could have just been cut from the movie entirely, where we have this bully, right? This bully named Tyler. And we have this moment where he takes, I think his name's Noah or Nolan, one of those two. The bully takes Noah's skateboard and he's just being a dick about it. And instead of the movie saying, hey, look, there's bad people in the world, there are mean people out there, things are going to happen. Instead of taking that route, we get this moment where the mom is like, oh my gosh, turns out the bully, his dad's in jail and his mom has cancer. And it's like, dude, shut up. It's like, can we just have one little bit where it's like, yeah, there's some shitty people in the world. There are some genuine pieces of shit out there. But the movie doesn't really like to take that approach. Instead, anything bad that happens, there's always some sort of good behind it. So I wasn't really a fan of that. I think we could have just cut that whole thing out. I think that it's normal to show that, there are people that are going to be in school that are going to be assholes to the autistic kid. Because they're assholes. You know, sometimes they don't have a dad that went to jail, and they don't have a mom that has brain cancer and stuff like that, you know? So that's my only complaint with it. Other than that, I thought this was a fun, charming movie. I don't think you're going to cry during it. It doesn't really have that many emotional beats to it. But I would say, if you do like those movies that I mentioned earlier, you'll really like this one. I'm going to give this one a solid 7 out of 10. I do think that it's worth watching if you're interested in these kinds of movies, which if you clicked on this video, you probably are. So with that said, guys, check out my other reviews, especially The Monkey. Please watch that one. I fucking hate that movie. I'll see you later. Bye.